is transmission 28. As usual, we will go into a very brief meditation state. We will then go into the channeling state and then Q&A. So I'll see you on the other side. Let's take a few moments to drop into a meditation state. Relaxing the body, relaxing the mind. Allowing ourselves to come into a state of quiet, a state of presence. Allowing ourselves to feel the existence that animates our body, our mind, our consciousness. Feeling that life force energy, its uniqueness as an expression of all that is. Allowing ourselves to feel the preciousness of the uniqueness of this one note that we came to play in the grand symphony of the all that is. Resting in the awareness of that uniqueness that we are, that we share, the preciousness of that, the value of that. For existence, by its very definition, is valuable and unique. So let us rest in that, knowing that we are precious and valuable. Good day to you. We welcome you to the realms of light, where the vast majorities of who you are also exist. We welcome you to these realms of light from where your physical lives, your physical personalities, and your entire physical worlds also spring. We appreciate all of you coming together thusly to share in these vibrations and these experiences. For you each bring a unique note, a unique harmonic to this play of consciousness, to this play of frequencies. And thusly you bring out in each other a uniqueness that can never be repeated or duplicated. For you each are unique facets of the all that is. And within each other you see the uniqueness of your own beingness reflected back to you. And so, as it was said, as many beings that exist, that is how many paths there are to the oneness, to the awareness of the all that is. So you are thusly each unique, and as you crisscross each other's paths in the physical terms, as you enter this new age, in this pivotal year of 2023, you will also be crisscrossing with a variety of selves on the inner planes, even as you crisscross on the outer world as you see it to be. For many of you are tapping into a variety of counterparts. And this will be the theme of our exploration. For now is the time that the inner selves are becoming more acutely available to you. Now there will be many exciting developments and parallels as to the individuals that you choose to share your physical reality with. For they are but the surface perception of a much deeper matrix of interconnectedness within the all that is. if we could but convey just a small portion of the great mystery and how everything is interlinked and interconnected, you would be in a state of utter awe and wonder. However, of course, you are as yet experiencing a very focused, a very narrow perception of the all that is, experiencing it moment by moment. And so far as yet, but one frequency domain, one frequency level that you refer to as your physical reality. But this is expanding. And for those of you who are embarking on the adventure of the Great Awakening, you are realizing and sensing a depth to your physical perceptions that might not have been there before. For your physical reality is within it layered symbolically. Threads of consciousness that will lead you to many other experiences of the self in the ever-present now moment, which exists simultaneously to you, side by side, as it were, parallel. So even within your physical life, you will learn to traverse these threads so that your physical domain will be punctuated with contacts of these extra-dimensional, extraterrestrial, as well as other parallel lives in your world. So the thickening process will continue. And not too long from now, you will have a daily experience that includes the revelation of many of these links as a matter of course. You will go through your lives not only perceiving that narrow band of physical reality, but many interweavings of strands of consciousness that weave themselves through it. And this will continue to thicken. Now in your lifetimes, you will experience a tremendous acceleration of this. And as is well known, the physical reality merely reflects that which is going on internally. But you are giving yourselves permission to perceive much more of that internal harmonic or dialogue, if you will, between the different aspects of self. So get ready for a very miraculous and adventurous ride. Now, for those of you called to explore your different aspect selves, you will find it increasingly easy to do so. And they will, of course, come to you through the usual channels of your passion, your excitement. Thusly, those of you that create art will find your art as a vehicle. For those of you that love the energetic arts or meditations, you will find that being the vehicle. Those of you who enjoy your dream explorations and awakening within your dreams, that will be your vehicle. And all of you are now called to make these contacts, because as you contact those inner selves, so too will they begin to peek into your physical reality, even as your civilization now embarks upon venturing into the stars and prepares itself for contacting externalized civilizations that will be merely crystallizations of the contacts you are making within yourselves. For ultimately you are contacting more and more of yourselves. And that is the splendor and the mystery, that the more of yourself you reveal to yourself, the more it will appear as if you are surrounded also by a sense of community, a sense of partnership, a sense of deep bonding and connecting. For you are connecting to more of yourselves, and always it will reflect externally on how you grow your communities, not only on the earth plane, elemental plane, and all the domains of your world, but also the worlds within which your world is ensconced, the different layers or dimensions, as well as those extraterrestrial civilizations that are making themselves now apparent and bleeding into your physical consciousness. So these are very exciting times indeed. You have done much work leading up to this point. You may have experienced quite a lot of transformation in the last several years, and this is all to prepare you for this particular time, whereby the transformation will continue, of course, but you are also shifting to realities whereby you will, as you say colloquially, begin to see the fruits of your labors and begin to receive those downloads and those connections and links within yourself to other portions of yourself and other layers of your beingness. Now, there is not so much anything you have to do, but as you know, the Sassani formula to simply continue acting on your passion, and everything will be revealed in perfect timing. So there is no sense of rush or sense of missing the window. Because as you know, paradoxically, if you fret over missing the window, that is precisely the frequency that allows you to miss it, so to speak, as an experience. But you cannot miss anything, for you cannot miss yourself, for you already are yourself. So there is nothing to miss. So allow yourselves to feel those magical interlinkings. Allow it to take its course. And live your physical lives, as you say in your world, chop wood and carry water. And at the same time, know that you are expanding, because that is the theme that you showed up for. And continue to act on those passions that will help to ground that energy. Now, there are no accidents as to why you are here in this particular transmission. And for those of you listening to a, as you call it, a recording, you too are here with exquisite divine purpose, hearing this message and receiving these vibrations in a variety of levels that will not only spark certain awarenesses within you now, in your physical awareness, but also precipitate a kind of transformational wave that you will ride forward from this point, accelerating your journey. Now is the time, as has been mentioned in other transmissions, to come together in communities, to form your bubbles. And so we find it exceedingly exciting that you are forming this bubble now, and may it be one of many bubbles. And thusly we encourage you to maintain a sense of continuity and connection with one another, and share your stories of contact, and also create those bubbles where you give yourselves permission to explore these other aspects of self, these unique experiences, for the stories must be shared now. This is not a time to have your unique experiences and hide them from others out of fear of being perhaps ridiculed or rejected. This is the time whereby the sharing of the story is the building of the links and reinforcing one another, giving each other permission to reveal more of your true natural selves. For you are very much doing this in lockstep as a community, holding each other hand in hand and walking together. And you will receive indications of this in your feeling, in your heart, in your dreams, that you are indeed working together. So trust that and follow those hunches and those intuitions, follow those breadcrumbs and form those communities, for it is so vital now to feel reinforced by your fellows. Even as you find your reinforcement from within, so too do you create a harmonic where you reinforce one another's sense of acceleration. For you can accelerate that path through the reflective mirrors that reflect back to you your own transformation. And you are those clear mirrors for one another. So build those communities. Now, they need not be grandiose and large. They can be small bubbles. But let it have a sense of continuity to give a kind of a rhythm, to allow you to unlock from the cultural trance that has been dominant on your world, and to relock into a new kind of rhythm, which will be reflected all the way from your physiology, from your physical body, through your energy body, your spirit body, and so on. For even as you form these bubble communities, so too will you be, all of you, synchronizing to a kind of new neurological rhythm within your brains, your physical structures, allowing you perceptions of reality in a new way. And forming these communities creates self-reinforcing neurological networks that operate not only within your individual brains, but also as a kind of harmonic that exists brain to brain and heart to heart. Thusly, these connections are so incredibly important because you are, in a manner of speaking, rewiring the structure of existence of your physical world. You are the way showers, you are the bringers of the dawn after a very, very long period of darkness by your reckoning of time. So stretch your hearts. Let your heart rhythm beat as one, reinforcing one another's unique position and unique note that you came to play in this grand symphony. And you will find much magic in these circles, in these rings. As you form them, you will create portals within which very exciting transformations and revelations will occur. Now, many of you, as you reach to your aspects, will discover a theme emerging whereby you are connecting to what you would, by your reckoning of time, refer to as future versions of yourself, future aspects, future lives. And that is all part of the grand theme, this adventure of shifting from receiving your stabilization and stabilizing your world based upon the foundations of what you refer to as past, and reaching and connecting and interlinking with those so-called future versions and building the base of your civilization based upon where you are headed, rather than anchoring yourself to the past and where you've been by your reckoning of time, of course. So that will be our message for today. The message to build community, to open your hearts to one another, to share your stories, to tell your stories, to not be afraid, but to reveal when you have experiences to your fellows. For when you reveal to your fellows the experiences that you have, you give them permission to be more allowing within their own consciousness, as well as allowing them to share their story, which reinforces and spins the energy faster and faster, like a merry-go-round that starts off really slowly and begins to spin faster and faster as you form these bubbles. Thus do you greatly accelerate one another, even as paradoxically ascension depends on each and every one of you individually. So these are the times of community and of building these bubbles within which you will experience much magic and delight. So that will be our message for today. And at this time we will open it up to questions and answers and sharings. And remember that you can share as well as ask questions. You can make statements. So also remember to unmute your technology before you speak, and then remute yourself when you have completed your statement or interaction.
Okay, I will go first, I guess.
Very good.
Hello, Tom. Hello, Higher Mind. Do you have any name that you like us to call you when you connect like that with your channel, or not necessary?
It is the same name as we have had, which is Illi, which is the reflective mirror.
Okay, good. I want to know what your Tom and Higher Mind think about the vortex in Sedona. called Bell Rock.
As you know, it is a very powerful vortex, and we suggest to the channel himself to visit this vortex in the near future. Now, this has been suggested here and there, but since you bring up the question, it is a very powerful vortex, and many of you already have much background in this. So is there a specific aspect of this that you wish to explore?
Yes, I would like to see if your higher mind can create a circuit in your brain and allow Tom to access more that vortex with some counterpart of Sassani with nexus point and see what you can get.
The more accessible point upon your earth for the channel himself to connect to Sassani energy would be the environment of Shasta. So we may connect to that vortex if you wish.
Thank you.
Is there a specific question or aspect of Sassani energy you wish to explore?
Yeah, I would like to know a little bit more about your counterpart as Sassani.
Very good. He is above that which you refer to as Shasta, to stabilize, helping stabilize the energy of transformation. And this is a counterpart that is very much aiding and assisting the current version to bring about this great change and acceleration on Earth through the playing of different harmonics and frequencies that translate into action, which include the dissemination of this information, as well as working with a variety of healing templates. As you know, this energy is beginning to be being channeled, so it will be more directly disseminated, however also through the methods as mentioned, through sound healings, through energy works, energy healings, through teaching, dissemination of this information.
Okay, I have another one.
Very good.
How many counterparts you have in Sassani? What is your feeling about that?
You're asking the channel himself how many counterparts he has, yes?
Yes.
There are 3 at this time. Now, as you know, and as sometimes boggles your physical minds, sometimes this shifts and changes a little bit. However, there are 3. There is one that is prominent now, the male counterpart that is in the craft. And there are 2 others, one of which he has been made aware, another female. But the one that is very prominent now is the male counterpart in the craft.
Wonderful. Can you give me a hand with something I connect? I'm going to say I tune in for the last 3 days with a being for density. They look like you, except the color skin are like me, not so white. He's a male.
So you are connecting with this entity in your meditation?
Yes, in my day-to-day dream, as we call it.
This is one of the hybrid children that will be working with you, who has a particular interest in your natural world. Thusly, the resonance between you and him is very natural, to put it humorously. And thusly, as you explore your nature, he can show you a variety of magic in the natural world to help you to expand into your connection to that domain, which will then greatly accelerate your ability to bring others into your circles and to awaken within them a love of nature, Thusly, working with this being will greatly accelerate your connection to the elementals and will give you a kind of a boost in your ability to then transmit this energy, this ability to give each other or others permission, or inspiring them to give permission to themselves to connect to nature in the unique ways that you are learning to connect to nature. So that is one way you can explore this relationship. You can ask this being himself what else you might do to increase that connection, but the theme that we are sensing most primarily is your connection to nature. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Thank you. I have one last one. I know
Very
for a
good.
bit, me, Tom, and Paula down there kind of meet on the moon. Can you explain a little bit more what we're doing in the moon?
Define. You are having a
Well,
dream
we
experience.
kind of chit-chat that when we're going to fall in sleep, we're going to meet each other in the base or around the moon and to have a different chat and different expression.
Very well. This can be done as a kind of exploration. However, you might find other locations that will lock in a little bit more precisely for the excitements of the three of you. But we are not sensing this is the most optimal meeting point to meet out of body, as you like to say. So you might, as you three chat together, explore and re-explore this idea and set a more unique intention. For as we are sensing the energy now, it was not fully crystallized as an intention. So we invite you to come together as three again and explore perhaps other meeting platforms that will then, once you experience this, from there you can choose other platforms and hone your craft of meeting each other in conscious states out of body, thusly by first of all picking a location that each three of you are extremely excited to visit each other in. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Just to have a hint. I'm done. Thank you so much.
Very good. Anybody else? Very good. Then, as it appears there are no more questions, we will bring in some closing comments and a brief meditation. For much is transmitted beyond the words. You are experiencing a mix of frequencies and vibrations, so we invite you to rest in that. For those of you that are excited to work with your dreams, you might notice an acceleration in dream experiences over the next few days. Likewise, you can also ask your higher mind to open up the conduit of communication in your dream times and ask for memories of that which is already occurring. For many of you are already gallivanting across the universe in your dreams, but do not bring back with you the memories of such experiences. So with that, then we will wish each and every one of you a beautiful, glorious day, We thank you for participating in the grounding of these energies upon your world. And may you go forth into your expansions with grace and joy. And we will then wish you a wonderful, loving, beautiful, fond, good day. Well, all right. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.